G'day everyone. Welcome back to another jam-packed edition of the daily Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update from CryptoLogic. I'm Sash, your host and a fellow crypto enthusiast, broadcasting right here from the heart of Tailem Bend in South Australia. Today is October 14th, 2025, and let me tell you, the crypto world is firing on all cylinders. A whirlwind of highs, lows, innovations, and opportunities that never fails to get my blood pumping. I've been in this space for over a decade now, starting back when Bitcoin was just a quirky experiment dismissed by the mainstream. I remember mining my first few sats on an old laptop in my uni dorm, watching as this digital gold started challenging the old financial guard. Fast forward to today, and it's not just tech, it's a movement. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency represent freedom, empowerment, and a fairer financial system where everyday people like you and me can bypass gatekeepers, build wealth on our terms, and participate in a global economy without borders or biases. Think about it. In a world where inflation erodes savings and banks profit off our hard work, crypto hands the power back to us. It's transformative, revolutionizing remittances for migrant families, enabling micro investments in emerging markets, and even funding humanitarian efforts in real time. My belief in this isn't hype. It's rooted in seeing lives changed, businesses born, and innovations like DeFi that outpace traditional finance. Whether you're a seasoned hodler or just dipping your toes in, this show is for you to inform, inspire, and ignite that same passion. We've got a monster episode ahead. Local Aussie developments that could reshape our backyard, global events shaking the markets, deep dive analysis to make sense of the chaos, educational gems to sharpen your skills, and more. So settle in with your piccolo or whatever fuels you. Smash that like button if you're excited, subscribe if you're new, and let's unpack the day's crypto magic. What's one thing that's got you bullish today? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely read and respond to as many as I can. All right, legends, let's jump in. Before we get into the nitty gritty, we've got to start with some levity because crypto can be intense. 1 minute you're up, the next you're rethinking life choices. So here is our daily crypto joke segment to ease us in. First up, why did the Bitcoin break up with the Ethereum? Because it needed more space. All that layer 2 drama was just too much gas. Haha, classic gas feed burn. But wait, there's more. Why don't crypto traders ever get lost? Because they always follow the charts until a flash crash sends them off a cliff. Ouch. Too real? All right, one more for the road. What's a crypto whale's favorite game? Pump and dump, but only if they win. If those got a chuckle, share your own in the comments. The best ones get featured in the next one. Seriously, folks, humor keeps us sane in this volatile world. How do you cope with market dips, memes, walks, or just hodling tighter? Let me know. It builds our community vibe. All right, let's ground this in our own backyard because crypto isn't just a global phenomenon, it's hitting home hard in Australia, especially here in Tailem Bend, South Australia, where innovation meets everyday life. We'll break this down comprehensively, starting with regulatory shifts, market trends, technological buzz, scam alerts, and community spotlights. First, the big regulatory news that's got everyone talking. The Australian Treasury has dropped draft legislation to bring crypto platforms under the financial services umbrella, requiring Australian financial services licenses, AFSL, for anyone dealing in digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins, or NFTs. Breaches could slam you with penalties up to 16.5 million Australian dollars or more, plus jail time for serious offenders. Now, I know regs can sound boring or scary, but let's unpack why this matters. Post the 2022 FTX collapse and recent hacks, they siphoned billions globally, with Aussies losing over $200 million Australian to scams last year alone. This is about protection. It's mandating proper custody of assets, transparent operations, and anti money laundering checks. Think of it as installing guardrails on a highway so we can speed safely. For platforms like CoinSpot or Independent Reserve, it's a level up, weeding out fly by nights and boosting investor confidence. And here's the exciting bit: this could open up doors for more institutional involvement, like super funds allocating to BTC. Speaking of which, pension giants are warming up. Reports suggest funds like Australian Super are eyeing 1.1 to 5% BTC exposure to hedge inflation, potentially injecting billions into the market. Imagine your retirement pot growing with Bitcoin's long term upside. Locally, for example, the scene's thriving. Blockchain startups in hubs like Stone and Chalk are piloting DeFi solutions for small businesses, while events like the Melbourne Blockchain Week, even though it's annual, the buzz carries, are fostering collaborations. Market snapshot: Bitcoin's trading at $176,320 right now, up 4% in the last 24 hours, but down from its all time high of 193,000 on October the 6th. Ethereum's at 5,800, Solana around $350, all recovering from recent dips. But watch out for scams. Queensland Police just charged for over 1.5 million cold call crypto fraud targeting vulnerable folks. Red flags include unsolicited investment pitches, promising guaranteed returns, always verify. On the innovation front, IG Group acquired a majority stake in an Aussie crypto exchange, signaling more TradFi crypto bridges. And stablecoins got a boost with ASIC's new exemption for distributions, making them easier to handle without full licensing. Community wise, Melbourne's got NFT art drops at local galleries and uni workshops on tokenization. If you're in Vic, check out cryptologic.com.au events for upcoming meetups. How do these changes affect you? For retail investors, safer platforms mean less risk. For businesses, clearer rules spur growth. Melbourne mates, are you seeing more crypto ATMs or cafes accepting BTC? Share your local stories, it helps paint the full picture. Now, expanding our lens to the global arena, where events unfold at lightning speed and influence every wallet worldwide. We'll dissect this in layers: market movements, institutional plays, partnerships, tech advancements, and emerging risks. October's living up to October hype, with Bitcoin hitting a fresh all-time high of 192,300 last weekend before a sharp pullback. But Friday's flash crash stole the show. BTC plunged 10% to 160,300, ETH dropped 15% to 52, Solana 20% to $320, and XRP 30% to $1.20 Australian, all amid escalating US-China trade tension as Trump announced new tariffs. Global stocks tanked too, with S&P down 2%, but crypto's resilience shown. BTC bounced back above 170,000 quickly. Why? Institutional inflows, crypto ETFs saw record 9.1 billion Australian dollars or US 5.95 in 1 week, with BlackRock's IBIT leading the charge. Kathy Wood at ARK Invest is bullish, citing on-chain metrics like holder accumulation at cycle highs. More big moves: Morgan Stanley opened crypto trading to all clients, a landmark for adoption. Binance settled a $433 million Australian or US 283 issue after USDE depegged briefly. Partnerships abound. Solana Foundation with Wavebridge for a KIW stablecoin. XSAT network with Matrix port for BTC Fi scaling. These bridge Bitcoin security to DeFi yields, potentially unlocking trillions in locked value. Elsewhere, Bitcoin snapped up 159 million in ETH, strengthening corporate treasuries. US Gov transferred 667.6 BTC worth 114 million to a new wallet speculation on sales or security. In Dubai, the ruler praised digital assets after 1.04 billion in trades. Market cap sits at 6.52 trillion with Bitcoin dominance at 55%. Risks: outflows of 1.16 billion from ETFs post-crash show caution, and whispers of Trump pardoning CZ from Binance add capital spice. Globally, its volatility meets opportunity. What's your take on the tariff impact? Comment below. Time for the meaty part. Our in-depth analysis expanded to cover technicals, macros, risks, and opportunities across local and global fronts. Starting locally, Australia's AFSL framework isn't just compliance, it's a catalyst. By aligning crypto with TradFi rules, it could attract billions from super funds stabilizing volatility through long-term holds. But challenges: stricter KYC might slow onboarding, yet it curbs scams like the recent 1.5 million bust. Globally, the flash crash was a leverage purge, over 30 billion in positions liquidated as tariffs loomed. But fundamentals hold. Bitcoin's hash rate at all-time high, adoption metrics soaring. Technicals: BTC's RSI dipped to oversold at 30. MACD showing bullish crossover potential, support at 160,000, Australian resistance at 180,000. Historical: quarter four averages 79% gains. With Fed easing and ETFs, we could see 200,000K by the year end. Risks: trade wars could prolong dips if China retaliates harder. Plus, 4-year-old cycle, peaks whisper caution. But on chain, 75% institution planning allocations, whale buys post dip. My forecast: dip, buys fuel rebound. Watch 170,000 Australian dollars flip for upside. What's your TA take? Shifting to education. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for learning, Dior always. We'll cover 4 key areas: blockchain basics, staking yield, investment habits, scam protection. First, blockchain 101. It's a decentralized ledger, like a public notebook where transactions are blocks chained immutably via cryptography. Bitcoin's proof of work secures it through mining. Ethereum's proof of stake uses validators. Why care? It enables trustless systems, no middlemen. Next, staking on Bitcoin. Layers like Stacks or BOB let you lock BTC for 4 to 8% APY in DeFi, secured by Bitcoin's network. Start small. Use audited protocols. Investment tips: diversify. Top alts: ETH 5800, BNB 1200. Set stop losses. Avoid FOMO. Protection: enable 2FA. Use hardware wallets like Ledger. Ignore DMs promising riches. Resources: cryptologic.com.au has free info, articles on Aussie regs. Check them out. Can't wrap without spotlighting cryptologic.com.au, your hub for deeper dives. Explore articles and local trends, free blockchain guides, investment checklists, scam alerts, and forums for discussion. Join workshops like Crypto for Beginners or DeFi Mastery, all tailored for Aussies.